when we're answering this question, do you want to have peace in your life? In order to have peace in this life, it must be clear that peace begins with rightful thinking in accordance with the Spirit. Look with me at verse 5, and it goes on to say, those who live according to the flesh have their minds set on what the flesh desires, but those who live in accordance with the Spirit have their minds set on what the Spirit desires. You see the contrast? I'm going to explain this rightful thinking, the second point, in just a moment, but I need for us to grasp the contrast that was here. See, if you're living according to the flesh, if you're living seeking your own heart's desires, then you're going to achieve what the flesh desires. But is the contrast. But it goes on to say, those who live in accordance with the Spirit have their minds set on what the Spirit desires. See, in the first point, we ought to know if we're going to have true peace within and live in accordance to it, we need to know that everything that we desire, everything that was given to us by God, the Godhead was given to us by the Spirit that dwells within. Now that we have the knowledge and the understanding that the Spirit that dwells within leads and guides us and moves us in the right direction, now that Spirit will correct our thinking and correct our minds so that our minds are set on the right things. The mind, it goes on to say in verse 6, the mind governed by the flesh is death, but the mind governed by the Spirit is life and peace. The mind governed by the flesh is hostile to God. It does not submit to God's law, nor can it do so. Those who are in the realm of the flesh cannot please God. And so that contrast that we were talking about must be evident in the life of the believer. You are either going to have your mind set on the things of this earth and set on the fleshly things to seek out your own heart's desires, or you're going to have your mind set on the things that are being led and ushered by the Spirit of God that will please the Lord our God.